Yeah, Izzy, a couple things we want to point out. One, there's already been an appeal to that judge's ruling from earlier today. We'll touch on that in a moment. And second, most importantly, from Cook Children's perspective, is that while those appeals go on, nothing will change regarding the care for baby Tinslee here at the hospital, her round-the-clock care. Now, she has been here at Cook Children's for every day of her 11-month life. Tinslee Lewis has been on life support for the last 6 months, dealing with a multitude of conditions that her medical team considers terminal and, without constant interventions, fatal. Still, her family has resisted Cook Children's from invoking Texas's 10-day rule. That is a state law in the books that allows hospitals to stop life-sustaining treatment that doctors deem futile. That happened back in the fall. That family has fought to keep Tinslee on life support through the courts, but today a judge here ruled in support of Tinslee's medical team.
She is in pain. She is sedated. She is paralyzed. She can't move. And we're trying to keep her as quiet as we can so that she doesn't get any worse.
Put it another way, Cook Children said, quote, "We're doing things to her, not for her." Now, Texas Right to Life, which has taken up advocacy to continue treatment for Tinslee, said her case should continue to be challenged in court, saying that the 10-day rule has robbed countless patients of their right to life and right to due process. We pray the appellate court will identify how the law violates baby Tinslee's due process rights. Now, on that front, the attorney that is representing Tinslee's mother filed the appeal late this afternoon in court here in Fort Worth. Governor Greg Abbott and Attorney General Ken Paxton also said that they will work with Tinslee's family to keep this going as long as they possibly can as it relates to any legal remedies that could be available to Tinslee's family all the way up to the state Supreme Court. However, tonight Cook Children said perhaps this little baby will make the final decision, saying her body is tired and fragile and may not last throughout this entire process. We're live in Fort Worth. I'm David Goins.